when you look at the mix between brand to activation, that almost has to be customized based on the category the brand's playing in. So if you go heavy brand on a retail category, you're not going to get the lift you'd expect because the consumers now they're dealing with a daily media assault of ads. So how do you punch through that and connect to them and build that emotional connection to the brand? I think data plays a big part in understanding who the consumer is and what is going to resonate emotionally with them to get them to do something. It's all about behavior now. And I think the breakdown between performance and what it used to mean is different. It's just advertising now. So plays a big part in what we do.
So what about this notion of creative optimization, versioning? Where does that stand? Where would you like the technology to be, and what do you think the utility of creative optimization, and that's a general term, or versioning, not just making maybe 5 versions of a commercial, but perhaps 5,000. What are the opportunities and the roadblocks?
You know, I think there's always going to be a budget constraint to that, right? So finding that delicate balance between what's going to work with the consumer and not is really important. I think versioning plays a very big important part to it, but it's got to be about how you connect with the consumer. So if I'm showing you a message versus what I've seen, that's got to be tailored to what is going to resonate with me. What's going to make me do something? There's a behavior that has to happen. Is it swinging a door to walk into a retail chain? Is it clicking and buying or subscribing or signing up for a loyalty program? So I think that versioning is going to play an important part in how we break through that media assault.
So what about interactive advertising? We're here at the IAB, we just heard a presentation from Innovid, and there's a number of companies that are doing interactive advertising, something that's been discussed by Hulu and other people. And what is the value and opportunity around interactive advertising where the consumer actually takes an action?
It's moving beyond display. You know, and again, if you could just see everything that's happening at the NewFronts, the video is still king. And how do we maximize that now to really get the behavior to do something where they're spending their time? They're spending their time on mobile. And I think creatively how we do that is going to be a challenge. It's a new world. Brands are confused. Agencies are trying to catch up. The brands don't think the agencies are staying at pace. So it's demonstrating that we understand what their challenge is and how we're going to do that given the constraint of cost. You know, when you do that, all those multiple versions, it costs money. So how do you do that in an effective way to show the return on advertising spend, maximize that ROI, if you will, but actually, you know, do something that you're proud of in the marketplace without diluting it? And I think the shift from interactive, and especially with ad blockers today, display is not dead. Display is just going to take a different form, and I think that's building video into it.
Cool. And finally, tell us about the form factor of the videos that you guys are creating as, you know, one of the leading shops, and sort of whether for the Facebook newsfeed or for the mobile, in terms of branded content. Tell us sort of some of the emerging kinds of media that you're jazzed about that's happening.
I think getting into the outstream, moving away from in-stream as a primary online video format is really interesting. So if you're constantly just trying to get that pre-roll in front of a consumer and all they're doing is waiting for that skip button, then you're wasting the whole effort. So I think the in-stream part of it is really interesting, and putting headlines to these videos to get people to think about oh, I should watch this, not just wait 6 seconds or 5 seconds for that skip button. So I think we look at it as a very interesting time in the space to move from just cut down your 60s, your 30s, and your 15s for some pre-roll, but actually make something that people are going to interact with. And I think when I look at how Vast is sort of overtaking VPaid, it allows us to do that in mobile apps a little bit better. Cache it, buffer it, let it play just like it would on TV, and the consumers are going to they'll appreciate that a little bit more. Waiting for something to buffer or interrupting them, nobody wants to be interrupted anymore. They want to be sort of given something that they want to watch, and that's what really gets me excited about not really moving away from display, but taking display to the next level using online video as the means to do that.